The opportunities are there right now. The people are there right now. The events, the circumstances are there right now. They're all around you, and they can lead you to the life you desire. But you've filtered them. You are blind to them. But now that we've explained this, you now know how to open your eyes to them.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Middle-Aged and Miserable podcast.
And please subscribe to us so you never miss another episode. And if you feel inclined, please leave us a lovely review so that we can reach more people with this content.
Yes.
All right, today we're going to talk about an extremely powerful way for you to rewire your mind so that you can get what you want in life.
Love this. This is a good one.
Yeah, so maybe you want to make a change in your life and you want to get out of being middle-aged and miserable, or maybe you want a new job. Maybe you want to start a side business. Maybe you want a new relationship, or you want to earn more money.
Mm-hmm. Look, I love this one because this actually works, and we've used it.
Yeah.
We've proven it works.
Yeah, so we're going to go through practical ways on how you can make this happen using a very important part of your brain.
All right.
But we're going to have to start with some questions. So say you do want to make a change and you want more success in life, whatever that means to you. With that in mind, you got to ask yourself, do you see opportunities in front of you to do this every day?
Yeah. Do you see instances of you being lucky, for example, or possibilities that can lead you to success?
Yeah. Maybe you want to earn more money. Do you see opportunities that could lead you to that?
Yeah. Or quite to the contrary, do you see evidence of you being unlucky? I think a lot of people fall into this category. Do you see a lack of opportunities? Do you see, does the world to you seem to have a lack of opportunities and possibilities that can get you to great wealth, for example?
Yeah, or whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Well, today we are going to talk about how luck and opportunities are being presented to you every day. Mm-hmm. It's just you're not seeing them. And first, we have to have a quick word on where you put your focus, because this is going to come into it later.
Yeah.
It's so important, and why it's so important that you focus on what you want and not on what you don't want.
Oh yeah, this is crucial, because most of us are focusing on what we don't want. We like to complain, which is focusing on what we don't want. And that's bad, because the way this works, the more you focus on what you don't want, the more you will get what you don't want.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, the converse works as well. Like, the more you focus on what you do want, you're going to get more of that, which is great.
And we're going to explain why that's the case. And it comes down to a part of the brain called the Reticular Activating System.
What's it called, Chris?
The Reticular Activating System. The RAS. Let's call it the RAS. That's what people call it, the RAS.
RAS. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a super complicated word for what is essentially a filter in your brain.
All right. Let's get into it. Let's explain what it is, Chris.
Okay, well, our brains are bombarded with information every second. Thousands of impulses through our five senses every second of every day. Sounds, touch, sights, smells, tastes, and it's a lot of info. And our conscious mind can't possibly process all of that information. So to stop us being overwhelmed, our mind uses the RAS filter. It filters off what it thinks we don't need to know about. Mm-hmm. Like, Pat,
go on, Chris.
You're probably not currently aware of the temperature in your left big toe right now, are you?
I am now.
Well, okay, you are now. You weren't. Oh, yeah. Because your RAS filter had filtered it off. Mm-hmm. Now it knows you're interested in it. It filters for it, and it allows you to access that info on your left.
My left toe thermal environment. It's nice and warm, by the way. Yeah. I've got nice warm shoes on. There's another example. I think a bit more of an example we can all relate to. Like, if you're in a crowded, noisy room and everybody's talking and somebody calls your name, you can hear your name because your RAS filter has actually filtered that, thinking, oh, Pat is going to be interested in that.
That's important.
That's how it works.
Yeah. All right, let's just recap that, Pat.
Right, so this is an important concept to grasp. It works as a system to stop you from being overwhelmed with the bombardment of information that we get every day, actually. So, and it filters based on the things that it thinks you're interested in.
Yeah, so that's one of the things it does. It stops you being overwhelmed, but it also activates and filters based off where you place your intention and or your concentration.
Yeah.
So if you start thinking about something and sending your energy to something, it activates the reticular activating system.
Yeah, that's another key point. And the best example that we a lot of us have seen and experienced, but don't necessarily attribute it to the RAS, is if you decide you want to buy a new car, and let's say, for example, you want to buy a Subaru Outback, because up here in the Pacific Northwest, there's a lot of those. So let's just say a Subaru Outback. All of a sudden, you're going to see Subaru Outbacks literally everywhere.
But you didn't magically manifest those Subarus, though, did you, Pat?
No, not at all, no.
They were always there.
They were always there.
But you just didn't see them because you filtered them off.
Exactly.
My parents have this. My parents have a convertible. And whenever I'm in England and we're driving around, they say, there's one. And I'm like, there's one what? And they're seeing convertibles. I don't see convertibles, but they see them all the time.
Yeah.
And a guy at work once, I remember him saying out of the blue in a meeting, he said the word behoove. I was like,
who says behoove, by the way?
Not many people.
In a meeting.
That's why my ears pricked up and I was like, well, that's a strange word to say. And now I can't stop hearing it. I hear it all the time. I hear it on TV, movies, everything.
Thanks, mate. I'm going to hear that everywhere as well myself. Pregnant women see pregnant women everywhere, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah. So I've got a really good example of us in business as well. So we knew many years ago that we wanted to create a side business, right? And we didn't know what to do. And we tried all kinds of different things for a year, 2 years. And we knew we needed a business. We didn't know what it was. But up the street from my house, there was this plot of land that was developed into 4 big houses that were all sold for like $1 million or so each at the time. And it blew me away that, wait a minute, that's a lot of money. And somebody made that from just one plot of land. And it switched on, like we call it like the radar, but it switched on the RAS to us seeing real estate opportunities everywhere. And we did start to see real estate opportunities everywhere.
Yeah, it definitely worked.
Yeah, it really did.
So why don't you recap what we just said there?
There's a lot going on. So we talked about how the filter stops us from being overwhelmed. And we've just talked about how it filters information based on where you place your intention, where you're concentrating on.
That's right. It. And it does a third thing. It also filters our world based off our beliefs. Yeah. So to go into a bit of background with beliefs, we've all formed beliefs about ourselves that were formed at a very young age. And we've all formed more beliefs through experiences in life. And the pull to follow these beliefs we hold is very, very strong.
Yes, it is.
So strong that our RAS filter will filter our world according to these beliefs.
Yeah. This happens a lot, again, unconsciously to us, I think. So I don't know if I was like this, but maybe it's something that a lot of people can relate to. If you think you're bad at giving presentations at work or public speaking in general, you're going to find examples in your past that will reinforce the fact that you're really bad at giving presentations or public speaking, and because it's filtered off the positive things. It's filtered off the nods of acknowledgement. It's filtered off the kudos that you got after the presentation. So you're just reinforcing that belief.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you're not worthy or deserving of a higher paid job, you might not see the opportunities to advance from your current position. You might dismiss sort of colleagues or friends who could potentially help you through networking to get a better job. Yeah. Or you might say there's an upcoming conference or something that could be an opportunity for you to meet people that could help you move up. That would all get filtered off because you're not looking for it.
Yeah, I think it works with people as well. Like if you've like for a public figure, for example, if there's a particular public figure that you believe to be a bad person, then you're going to find evidence that supports the belief that they are indeed a bad person. And it's going to filter off evidence to the contrary. It's not going to show you, even though that evidence exists, it's not going to show you evidence that they may be a good person. And there's a kind of another concept there. It's called confirmation bias, and that's your RAS filter doing that job as well.
Yeah, and like side note on these beliefs, you talked, Pat, about giving presentations. just because your reticular activating system is finding evidence that supports your beliefs, it doesn't mean they're true.
No, yeah.
Your beliefs could be false, but the RAS, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't understand if your beliefs support you or don't support you. It's completely unbiased, and it's going to act on them regardless.
Yeah, yeah. So if you believe you're unlucky in life, it's going to validate that, and it's going to solidify that belief, and it's going to create a little disempowering, negative belief circle. And that's just how it works.
Yeah. So why don't you recap that one then, Pat?
All right. So we've got, it filters based on stopping you from being overwhelmed. It filters based on where you put your intention. And it filters based on what you believe, your core beliefs about ourselves and about our world around us.
Yeah. So now we've gone over all of that, we can now understand how important it is to focus on what we want and not on what we don't want.
Yeah, that's crucial.
Because your RAS filter is unbiased. So it doesn't care if you're placing your intention and focusing on empowering things that can benefit you, and then it doesn't care if you're focusing on things that are disempowering, that could hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably guilty of this in the past as well. If you're spending all your time concentrating on how crap your job is, you're going to find more reasons that support your job's really crap.
Yeah.
It's happened to me in the past.
Yeah. I mean, we've all met people that are surrounded by drama.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like they've always got drama in their lives, and because they're constantly focusing on it, and their RAS is constantly filtering for it. So they don't even notice when things go their way because they want the drama.
That reminds me of hypochondriacs.
Yeah.
That's a classic example of people that always manage to find things that are wrong with them and are, as a consequence, always ill.
Always ill.
Always ill, because that's what the RAS filter's doing for them. So there's a thing that is really important to stress here, and you just touched on it a little bit, and I'm going to say it again. Do not focus on what you don't want. Don't focus on your problems. The things that you're not happy with, don't focus on that, because you will find evidence that supports more of that.
Yeah, don't focus on negative thoughts. Like,
it's really important.
Yeah, like don't say things like, I can't do that, or the best opportunities happen to others, or you're going to find evidence of that.
That's right.
Instead, you want to focus on what you do want. You want to focus on positive things. You want to focus on the vision for your life. You want to place your intention on where you want to go and focus on empowering beliefs, and then have your reticular activating system work to your benefit. And that's when you will find the people, places, circumstances, and events that can lead you to what you want.
Yeah. You might as well, because it's on all the time anyway. So you might, it's always working and filtering what you want. So you might as well have it work to your advantage.
It's like we always say, switch your radar on, don't we?
Basically, yeah. But that's not the end of it. So that's how you can recalibrate it. You've got to take action. You can't just turn the dials and have your reticular activating system working now, focusing on giving you all these opportunities and, I can see everything. Oh, that's great. You've got to do something.
Yeah.
You've got to do something about it.
Yeah. If you see an opportunity, you've got, it might be the last thing you want to do. You might have to I don't know, go up to a stranger. It might be super uncomfortable, but you have to do it.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden you'll see interviews and I was going to say in a newspaper. Am I showing my age there? Or online, and go for the interviews because you're seeing them now. Your RS is filtered for it. Go and even if you hate interviews, go for these interviews. Take a leap of faith. Put yourself out there. That's what you got to do. You've got to set yourself up for your future success.
Yeah, that's right. Because there are opportunities out there. Remember we were talking about the Subarus earlier? Well, as we said, they were always there.
Yeah.
You just didn't see them because they were filtered off. They were completely blind to you. Well, the same goes for the opportunities that you have in your life around you.
Yeah. That's the key bit about all this is the opportunities are there right now. The people are there right now. The events, the circumstances are there right now. They're all around you, and they can lead you to the life you desire, but you've filtered them off. You are blind to them. But now that we've explained this, you now know how to open your eyes to them.
Yeah, that's right. So now you got to ask yourself, what opportunities are you currently not seeing? You know, are you filtering off the very people, events, and circumstances that could bring you the success you want, in whatever that looks like for you?
Yeah. So now you know to activate your RAS filter, to focus on what you want, place your intention on what you want, to ditch the disempowering beliefs and adopt new empowering beliefs. Look for evidence. That's the key. Look for evidence that these new empowering beliefs are actually true.
Yeah, that's right. And that's going to lead you to seeing a different world of opportunities that you know can take you where you want to go. Because guess what? Those opportunities are out there.
They're always there.
And they've always been out there, just like those Subaru Outbacks.
All right. Nice one. Let's wrap it up, shall we?
Yeah, let's summarize.
All right. So we talked about the RAS filter, the Reticular Activating System, which filters our world to stop us from being overwhelmed, our poor little minds from being overwhelmed. It focuses based on where we place our intention, and it filters based on what we believe.
Yeah, and it's unbiased. It'll act on your intention or beliefs regardless if they're empowering or not. And the key point we brought up was that you want to focus on what you want, not on what you don't want.
Yeah, yeah. And there are, I'm going to say this again about a million, for the millionth time, there are opportunities out there. The people, the circumstances are out there that can lead you to the life you desire. And you've just filtered them off and you are blind to them.
And what do you do, Pat, when you see these opportunities? Do you do anything? Or?
No, you just sit in your sofa watching TV.
No, you act on them.
You act on them,
you
don't
act
you?
on them.
That's right. That's what you do.
That's right.
All right.
It's the after show.
That's it. We're done. Okay. Done with the serious bit now.
Differences between America and Britain.
Yeah, that's it.
TV shows?
Yeah, go on then. There was only a matter of time before we were going to get to this, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a lot of American TV shows, but there are some TV shows that we didn't have. Like when I'm at work, sometimes people talk about Full House, Cosby Show, Family Ties. Yeah, we didn't have any of those shows.
I don't remember
in Britain, but we did have. We're going to show our age now. The A-Team.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Dukes of Hazzard.
That was one of my favourites, actually.
Yeah.
I loved the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
Knight Rider.
Oh, God, yeah. Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. Yeah. Baywatch.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we because we lived in France as well. A-Team, it cracks me up.
That's what I thought. As soon as you said A-Team or the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. Yeah, so
they don't have the same names.
Yeah, in France, because we lived in France, we found out that the A-Team was in France as well, and the Dukes of Hazzard was in France, but they changed the names. Yeah. Like you would have thought the A-Team would just be called Le A-Team.
No,
but they don't do that. No. They call it Agence Tout Risque, which means all risk agency. And what's the Dukes of Hazzard called?
So the Dukes of Hazzard one, it makes. Chase me, sheriff. It's called.
What's that in French?
Is it Suive-moi, sheriff?
Suis après moi, sheriff. Chase me, sheriff.
Chase me, sheriff. I don't think that would have never have worked.
Do you remember when we were? We used to go in the video shop, and do you remember they had the horse whisperer?
Oh God! So I'm going to say this in French. L'homme qui murmure dans les oreilles des chevaux, which basically means, and it was my wife that told me that.
This is the horse whisperer, isn't it?
Yeah, she really liked that movie, so I've got to see that, the horse whisperer.
Robert Redford.
And I'm in the video shop reading the title. I'm like, wait, I'm familiar with the picture, but what is that? And she told me what it was. So are you telling me that this is the man who whispers into the ears of horses?
It's not even that. It's the man who murmurs into the ears of horses.
That's right. They called it that.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah. Soap operas as well, right? They have soap operas.
Oh, they are massively different over here.
We have a lot of soap operas. Like we have EastEnders and Coronation Street, and they're really grim.
Brookside up in Liverpool.
People are ugly.
Yeah.
American sitcoms.
No, people are good sad looking and miserable.
Well, we grew up with like Dallas and Dynasty.
Yeah.
And everyone's good looking. They're all rich.
And Miami Vice. That's not quite a soap opera, but yeah, it's
Miami Vice. They're driving Ferraris. EastEnders. They're in a market like with a barrow,
looking to be able to start the car.
Oh, what about Only Fools and Horses, which is a huge show in Britain?
God, yeah.
They've got a 3-wheel Reliant Robin with Trotter's independent trading on the side. Tit. It's a bit different to Miami Vice with the smooth suits and the
far
Ferraris.
cry from Miami Vice, that's for sure.
Yeah, so we did get American TV in Britain, but God,
the soap operas.
our soap operas are grim.
Yeah,
and I mean they're not much better here in America, really, are they? But at least
they're all beautiful.
People are better looking.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you heard, please like and subscribe so you never miss another episode. Also, check out our social media content for more ways to avoid being middle-aged and miserable.